on this Monday. Yes, you are with George at Growth Point, growing as you are going through life. Trust that you are well on this Monday. Looking forward to a new week. And regardless of what comes our way, sometimes the problems are as big as a freight train, coming down that path towards us. Not so you say, God, how am I going to survive this new week? Well, back to God, back to unity with God. Stay in unity with God. Stay in God. Stay focused upon God. Keep your focus upon God. No matter what is happening around you, we have to put God in focus. Bring him into focus. Not so sometimes within our life, God is a little out of focus and we're not seeing as clear as what we should be seeing. And once we just settle down, be still before God. It's very important. This is important to do at times, to be still in the presence of God. Not talk too much, because the problem is sometimes we want to come and we want to lay everything out to God. Yeah, I'm not saying it's not a good thing for you to do that. Yeah, it's good to talk to God, but sometimes it's very important just to be still. Not so. Listen to that still small voice. Not say a word. Just meditate upon the goodness of God and allow God to speak into your life. So if you want to know what matters most to someone, listen to what they are saying. So if you want to hear what matters most in your life, begin to listen to your heart. Begin to listen to those around you. Begin to listen to what they are saying. Sometimes the problem is, as men, and I know, I'm a man, I'm married. The biggest problem is I don't always listen to what Galia is saying. Not so. And she says much. She's got a lot to say. She's a woman, for goodness sake. And sometimes we kind of switch off, or we tune out, or we're not totally in tune. And that gets us into trouble. It happens with God. Not so. It happens with life. It happens with my daily life, my daily experiences. I'm not totally in tune with God. I've made many mistakes in life for that one purpose of not listening to God. Just taking a moment, just taking back and saying, God, that what I'm about to do, should I? This car that I'm buying, should I really buy it? Or have you something better for me? Instead, we just rush in and we buy, and then we get into the car and we drive it and we say, this is not what I want. This is not what I had in mind. Why? Because you're not listening. And so we've got to learn how to listen. And the biggest problem with most relationships is we fail to listen to those we are supposed to build relationships with. Now, the most important relationship in your life is God. If you can build a relationship with God, you can build a relationship with anybody. But again, it's important for you to do this, to listen. You need to build a relationship. If you want to build a solid relationship in your family, in your house, in your home, you need to begin to listen to your spouse. You need to begin to listen to your children. Important. What are they saying? Are we on the right track? Is there a lot of anger in our home? Is there a lot of bitterness? Is there a lot of fighting? Is there a lot of arguing? Why? Come back to that. Ask God to reveal to you why. And the problem, I'm going to tell you now, you'll bring it back. You're not listening. You're not listening. You see, when there is proper communication, be it with your spouse, in your workplace, or among your peers, there will be unity in your belief. There will be unity in your home. John chapter 15 verse 12 says this. This is my commandment. Listen to that. Come on. Jesus is saying this. Love each other the same way I have loved you. Now again, remember this. Jesus sacrificed his life to give you life. What are you prepared to sacrifice? What time are you prepared to give up to spend time with your family and bring unity into your family? You know, it's so important for you to read your Bible, to pray together. You see, as Jesus was preparing himself for the cross, his main concern was that his disciples will be united and unified as one before his death. This is what he was asking. This is what he was praying. You see, you will note that the disciples failed in the area of unity. How many pitched up when he was crucified? How many came to the cross? My Bible says there was only one. Judas betrayed Jesus for 30 pieces of silver and a kiss when he was arrested. Peter denied him 3 times before the sun rose. On that day he was crucified. Again, we've got to come back and say, God, what brings us into a place of unity? All the disciples ran except one, and his name was John. You see, when there is unity, there will be commitment. Who are you committed to? What are you committed to? And I want to say to you on this Monday morning, it's time for you to come back to God and surrender your life to God and begin to listen to that still small voice.